Hello, traders. I'm really looking forward to this analysis. This is going to be on the stock of Moderna. And what we have over here is a massive inverse head and shoulders. So I'm sure you guys know that an inverse head and shoulders is a bottoming pattern. You can see a left shoulder there, the head, and now a right shoulder. Maybe a little, secondary right shoulder forming, or this is all part of it. You can't be that specific, but basically, if you look at the big picture view, we can see that an inverse head and shoulder pattern has formed. This is indicative of accumulation taking place in the stock. This is where the big money, the smart money, is accumulating the stock prior to a big markup phase. So there's different phases. This phase here is accumulation, and now we are going to see a markup phase. That's typically when the average person starts to get involved, and that would happen when there's a catalyst. So the point I'm trying to make is that we should expect um, a very big catalyst, which should start the markup phase for this stock. And I say this that this is accumulation because this is coming on the back of capitulation. Again, capitulation is when the investors and traders completely lose hope in a stock, and that's when it finally hits rock bottom and it starts to turn around from there. So these are different phases of a market, and that's how you know who's involved. How do I know it was capitulation? So you can take a look at this over here, and this is basically the stock uh, with the RSI reading at the bottom. So it's been in a bear market for a really long time, and it started to get really oversold, especially here in November. It got really oversold. We had crazy volume. We had a very aggressive drop. So these things are indicative of capitulation and just the sentiment because of the vaccine sales data being really poor in 2023. Um, that's when the market has really lost interest in this sector. And the chart of Pfizer also looks very similar. Same with BioNTech. So here you go. You can see how beaten down this was in November, how oversold it got, and that's typically, you can see from the top it was down more than 80%. That's not a joke. So that's how you know that this was capitulation, because also due to crazy volume being exchanged. So now we have seen um, a bottom form, and if a catalyst does show up, then that should not be good for the markets. And I also am bearish to markets right now. I can't be bullish to markets at this point. So maybe it's going to be some sort of common catalyst, some disease or something like that, which is going to bring down the markets in the very near future. So if we go here now if we take a look at a target, well, you can roughly just take an inverse of this, and that would be about 40 odd dollars. So that would take you to that swing high right there, which is about 160. So about 50-60% upside from here is pretty realistic. And I'm going to wait for that. So I'm currently long the stock, not via options, but actually the stock directly. I've been holding through this entire accumulation phase. And just another way to look at it is, so we had this initial move out, right? And then we got a 618 retracement, and now I'm expecting this to continue, right? So this was a pullback, this was a buying opportunity, and now we've got follow through from there. So my expectation is, if we just take a projection of that, you can see that it should go to this 130 level. That's pretty reasonable, and a 1.618. goes back to that 160, right? This 160 is coming from the head and shoulder target that I just showed you. So we have a common target over there of 160, and that means almost a 60% upside from current levels. So the same would apply to other vaccine stocks as well. The smaller ones have already started to move, so I think something is getting priced in. So this sector as a whole is looking pretty bullish, and I'm long both Pfizer and Moderna at this point, and I'm bearish the market. So that's my current setup. Would love to get your feedback, and that's all I wanted to share for now. This is more a big picture view as opposed to a specific buy and sell entry. But again, no harm in entering at these prices as well, because like I said, there's a easy 50% upside from here. All right, thank you.